welcome to Becky's House of Sewing. I'm Becky. This is episode 15. It's incredible. Thank you all for your thoughts and about Pearl. I really tried to do a video last week, but we had to put my cat down last week, and I couldn't pull it together enough to do a video. So I did a Pearl tribute instead. She was a very sweet cat, a very old cat. 17 years is a nice run for a cat. I miss her, but it's also okay. I'm glad that she's not in pain. And again, she was a significant part of our family. So she lived with 3 different Pellies in her lifetime and survived us all. So it is Wednesday, the last Wednesday of January, people, 2022. I don't know what to say. I'm in awe. I'm kind of relieved. So far, I give 2022 1 star. So far, I do not recommend. However, there's hope. There's always hope, and things that we can find comfort in, like Buster Brown barking. We can find comfort in that. We can find comfort in each other, and I am so grateful for everything that I have and for all my friends, all the Wednesday Stitchers, who are also in the category of friends and family, but just grateful that I have the support around to bring comfort and that's important. Friends, crafts, all the things that we do to keep the body sane. So what did I do this week? I did not bring my calendar in, but I have lots of stickers in there. I can't bring everything at the same time. That just would be silly. I hope that you're noticing that I'm not coughing as much. There's a little bit of a cough there, but now that I talk about it, I'm going to cough. But I really kind of feel like it's my normal amount of drainage going on in the allergy world of Becky Foster here. So I do feel that the antibiotics did the trick, and I'm not coughing all day, every day, which is a delight. I'm certainly not meeting with customers and the customer's asking, are you okay? So also bonus. I need to remember to stop touching my sewing machine table, because that's where I have my iPad. I started recording videos from my iPad instead of my phone. And every time I touch it, it wobbles the camera, so I apologize. All right, so things I worked on. Sunday, I've had an idea for a while. One of my coworkers gave me a Starbucks cup because we're fans. We like coffee. We like Starbucks. So she gave me a reusable cup, the kind that changes colors when you put the liquid in there. So very sweet. But they're thin plastic. And so I thought I would make her a cozy because she and I also really like avocados. And do you know there are people in this world that don't like avocados? I mean, that's what's great about diversity in this world, but still it boggles my mind. How do you not love a delicious, creamy, melty, delicious thing in your mouth? Which I guess could be taken in many different ways, so I apologize. But avocados, I'm a fan. I love them. And so does my coworker. So I've had this material that I got like at Joann's. And it's, I love to avocado, and then little avocados. So I wanted to make a sleeve out of it. Now this is the second one I made. I didn't give this one to her because it was the first one I made, but also because the words are upside down. So if you see here, this is the right side up. So I just made a little coffee sleeve, a reusable coffee sleeve to go with our reusable cups. And it's adorable and works really well. I made my own template. I had a Starbucks cup with this little sleeve on it. So I took the sleeve and lightly tore it apart and just traced it around. I used some iron-on fusible on the back of this, and then I put batting on the other side, and I just kind of flipped it up. I kind of like folded the fabric in half and then sewed along the drawn out line of the template that I used, and then I sewed it together. I had thoughts of grandeur to do Velcro on it. I just didn't. So I made 2 of these on Sunday. That's fun. No, yes, I love. I'm very pleased. I look forward to making more. And then I worked on with needle in hand and joy in my heart. And I have a page finish. Ron, if you're not familiar with that, most charts nowadays in the modern quilting, modern cross-stitching age, are blown up so it's easier to read, which means that the pattern usually requires multiple pages. So this bad boy required 2 pages, and I have half of it done. Now, of course, it's not 100% done. Obviously, I haven't finished the border. And then the leaves, the leaves and the spools have some back stitching to them, which I'll do once I get the rest of the pattern done. But I feel good. I feel great. I got all the doodads done. All the doodads. All the doodads. So that's fun. So Sunday night was YouTube night for Brenda and the Cereal Starter, which is one of my favorites YouTubers, because I just feel like they don't in their YouTube channel, but I kind of feel like in their real life, in their normal life, in their everyday life, Brenda and Laura, they say a couple curse words from time to time. And I also would really greatly enjoy shopping with them. I don't know that I could hang with as much as they buy, but I'd certainly enjoy watching the show, if you know what I mean, and would probably participate. So Sunday, Buster, I was all settling in, getting my little cuppa ready, which Ron, cuppa is a cup of tea. If you didn't know that. So lots of, it's a very common phrase to say, hey, let's have a cuppa over in jolly old England. So I like to say it whenever I can. So getting all cozied up, ready to do some stitching and listen and watch a little YouTube, and Buster was not having it. He was doing his little jump up, like, I'm going to try and jump up in your lap, as if I could reach that high. And he's a long dog, don't get me wrong. Not a great jumper, Buster Brown is. So instead of sitting in my reclining chair, I dutifully moved all my stitching things over to the couch so that Buster could get up there next to me and snuggle up. So I was able to post on Instagram an adorable picture of me and my dog with this on my stitching frame, and I tagged Brenda and Laura and Liz Matthews, and then Laura responded. So, and then Laura followed me. Not that I think that that's really cool, but I think it's really cool. And then this morning, Liz Matthews mentioned it, commented, hey, I recognize that piece, hope you enjoy it. And I do, Liz Matthews. I do enjoy it. I like all your work. I might be slightly addicted to it. I know the last time I showed that bad boy, I kept forgetting to bring in the flosses. So I brought in the flosses this time. Didn't remember the picture, but I brought the flosses in. I made these floss drops. Ron, we refer to these little tags, and they can come in all shapes and sizes as floss drops. So you can take your skeins of thread, and I don't have the skein in front of me, but when you buy floss for cross stitch, they come in a skein. These are DMC flosses, which is what is called for needle in hand and joy in my heart. It's on all the called for. I got everything from Acorns and Threads, 36 count, 1 thread over 2. And so I made these on my Cricut, and I'll just probably keep them on there, but I like to do a different style floss drop for each little project, unless I get bored and just want to make a generic one. But look at these colors, aren't they pretty? I think you can see all of them. There we go. A couple hiding behind there. Aren't they nice? If you know my house in Ron and Connie, you do. This matches my house. The walls of my house. Oh, I'm touching the table again. Sorry. The other thing I want to talk about is the disaster that I am sitting in, also known as my craft room. It's such a mess. Ever since I've decided to upgrade my cutting table, there's this crap everywhere. My table's a mess, which I need to clean off and sell that table or give it away. It's done me very well over the years. It's time to find a new home. But I was kind of waiting. I'm like in this limbo, like, do I live without a big table or do I not? I need to wait until my shelving comes in, which will be next week. I've ordered my fabric to go over the plywood that I want to buy and make a cutting station and an ironing board that I can put on top of the cutting station. So I'm very excited about that. Got that fabric. It is on its way. I have 2 more pieces of fabric batting to kind of make the ironing table. And then also this material that is ironing board material. It's like aluminum on one side and fabric on the other, to kind of stop the heat from penetrating all the way through. So I have that on Amazon in my cart ready to buy. So the remaining part is to get the plywood, which I know my husband will love to help me with. But I don't need to get that until I have the table here and ready. That could be a quick, pretty quick day job. Me. I promise I'm not coughing that much anymore. I hope you notice. And my vacation is in 3 weeks. So I'll be all ready just to like live in my craft room, which hopefully those plans will stay. I'm trying very hard not to make plans. That way, stay a little loosey-goosey. That way I don't have to deal with great disappointment if something arises and I don't need to cancel plans, so to speak. But I would imagine if I had my way in the world and there were no issues, no major dramas going on, I would imagine I'd probably make my way to Boone to see the parentals. That's the parental units. They know who they are. And then I would probably spend some time sewing. Would love to try and have a neighborhood bonfire, maybe. Who knows? Ron, Connie, ears perked. Ooh, did somebody say bonfire? So things along those lines. Loll about on the couch, watching TV, that sort of thing. But spending hours upon hours of organizing and adoring my things, my crafts, supplies, my fabrics. Doesn't that sound like fun? So that's kind of the plan. And all I really have to talk about today. Look forward to doing a show next Wednesday where hopefully I will have 2/3 of my new craft table in my possession. It's supposed to arrive on Wednesday, so I can pick it up. Oh, if you want to know what it is, I've watched several tutorials on making your own ironing board, and now I'm not going to remember her name because I'm on the spot trying to remember people's names. So Lori Holt has a great tutorial on making an ironing board. There's like 3 or 4 other ones that are quilter related ironing boards. Just Get It Done Quilts. Haha! I knew if I drug it out enough, I'd remember. So Just Get It Done Quilts is a lady from Canada who did a tutorial on buying a shelving unit and making a top to go on top of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I work at the Container Store. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I have, I know. So we sell this great product called Metro, which it has a lot of look-alike products out there. A lot of wire-based shelving where you can move the shelf height on the post. That's what I'm getting, because I get a discount. So I'm getting a 24 by 42 inch shelf unit. Yep. My mother, it's really my mother's fault. My mother has always told me, always get the big one. Just get the big one. When in doubt, get the big one. So I'm getting that. It's going on 34 inch posts with 4 inch casters, and it'll have 3 shelves. My goal is to definitely get my sewing machines because I'm now a woman in possession of multiple machines. Oh, that was a bad one. And anyway, get those on the shelves and see what else I can get on the table. Maybe the brass alphabets from Herb Foster's collection of pantographs. Maybe those will go on there. Make some more room for shelves and such like that for my craft supplies. So we'll see. That's the initial plan. Maybe my printer will go on it. I don't know. But the top will be like 30 to 32 inches by 48 inches, which will be more than a yard, or about thereabouts a yard. An average yard cut, which is 42 by 36 usually. So I'll be able to iron a whole yard of material without moving much of it. I'm very excited about that. It'll fit my nice Martelli cutting mat, which I'm very excited about. So we'll get some staples in there, do a little craft project. That is my goal. So, people, there's going to be a rework of the craft room in the next couple weeks. And I'm going to be delighted. So, with that, it's 19 minutes in. I'm going to bid you adieu until next week. Adieu to you, and you, and you, and you over there. Thanks to friends and family for watching me. If you do like it, please subscribe, like, share, do all the things. So maybe one day I'll be on Brenda and Laura's show. Hashtag goals, people. Hashtag goals. I mean, my goal, just to be clear, is just to be friends with them. That's all. That's all. I'm pretty sure we could be besties. I mean, I see it happening. At any rate, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for everything. Have a great week, and I hope you get a lot of stitching done. Bye-bye.